Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the racing capital of the world. Live on Stam Studio Network, you've tuned into the Full Throttle Performance Cup Series. I'm Sean Stam, and alongside me is the Yawmentator, Justin Yaw. And as we get ready for a whopping 120 laps of racing tonight, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, don't go anywhere. Justin, how about you? You're ready for 120 laps tonight.
Ought to be a fun one again here tonight on the Four Corners. That is Indy. You've got to make sure you get your car out in some clean air and make sure you don't get trapped in that dirty air, because that's going to be the name of the game, is how well can you keep that baby out front.
Clean air going to be the name of the game. Track temp as well, man. 102 degrees, cooking an egg on it. 11 mile per hour out of the west-southwest. We got open setup tonight, 4 additional tire sets. Gulp Zero fast repairs at a 100% fuel limit. And look at the handsome guys out there on the right. That's who's up with you in the booth. Justin, how about you? Only 4 more races to go until the chase. Let's check out some of those point standings.
Let's take a look at these point standings. Looking at them here, Susie right now up front. I wouldn't say a commanding lead, but a sizable lead over Joshua Gaiman. Even though Gaiman's got one more tip of the cap in the win column, followed by David Smilt Jr., Kyler McCarthy, Caitlin Height, as we've been corrected a couple races ago, Ken Bob Jr., Stephen Overset, Kevin Click, Andrew May, and Jeremy Zarfos going to round out your top 10. Either one of those back over there to the right side of your screen, all it's going to take is a good points night, and they'll be right there within that top 10. So, listen, points are going to come at a premium these next couple of races, so you may start seeing some attitudes get adjusted real quick, like if a position comes available.
Yeah, man, well said, Justin, especially around kind of that the chase cutoff line there, around 16th, George Wood, Austin Griffey, Bar Dakota, as well as Tyler Rush there. Now, as we cut to live virtual trackside action, we'll be able to see who starts where, as well as kind of catch up with our front 1, 2, 3. Joshua Gaiman, Joshua Susie, and Kevin Click qualifies 1, 2, 3. But it's Susie, it's Gaiman who's up there in the point standings. Just saw it, Susie, 4 wins on the season. Gaiman with 5.
Yeah, but Indy's one of those places, man, it can be anybody's race. So looking at our starting grid here, Susie Gaming going to put it up on the front row. P3 going to belong to Kevin Click, and that number 25 machine. Ken Baum going to be...
Oops. Sorry, it's got a mind of its own.
Ken Baum Jr., oh my God, we're going so fast in row 2. Going to be Kevin Click inside. Ken Baum Jr. going to roll off on the top side of the racetrack in row number 2. Looking at row number 3 here, you're going to have Andrew May there in the 22 machine, the turn 2 Terrible's entry. Followed by David Smill Jr., new look hot rod. That 27 machine this week, rolling off P6. Rolling off P7, Kyler McCarthy, last night's third runner-up last night for Kyler McCarthy. So already got some laps down. Going to see if he can maybe get one spot better here tonight. Kevin Gidney Jr. and the 31 going to roll off P8. Roll off P9 is going to be the 32 of Chris Lynn. Lynn, that 32 has been fast all season long, looking to get a first win on the board. Ron Broderick in that number 5, HendricksCars.com Chevrolet, going to roll off in P10. Going to row number 6 here, P11 inside. That's going to be Michael Selt, the 15. Going to have him back after a couple of rough weeks, looking for a good little rebound here tonight. How about Overstat? Last week's winner, the P12 machine. And looking back at row number 7, it's going to bring our field together. That's going to be George Wood there in the 68, and Brody Green going to round us out in P14. So, Sean, as we get ready to kind of get rolling around through here on our pace laps, what's going to be kind of the key here tonight for somebody to pick up a win?
Yeah, man, well, that's a good question, Justin. I'm glad you asked it out here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the world center of the racing capital of the world. I think it's just going to be out there within these pit stops, within those fuel runs, be there when it matters the most, and especially kind of be able to hit those marks up there going out out of pit lane and back within virtual pit lane. That's really what we saw going to make or break the race last night, Bump and Run Cup Series. That was only half of our event's length here tonight, as well as half fuel in the tanks. Fuel is going to be just as important though, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Some strategy calls, who's going to take 2, who's going to take 4. It was all 4-tire pit stops last night. We got a long race to go and a long time until the finish. Joshua Susi, Joshua Gaiman, how many times have we seen this before? The Josh and Josh show up in the front row in the Full Throttle Performance Cup Series. We're live on Stam Studio Network. Sean Stam, Justin Yaw in the booth. Let's get going. Green flag racing at the Brickyard.
Here we go, 2 wide, side by side as we head off into turn number 1 for the first time here tonight. Susie going to take the top side, Gaiman on the bottom of the racetrack. May Bomb going to occupy your second row. Can Susie maybe get this outside lane rolling? Last night it was the bottom that was kind of the high mark of where you wanted to be.
How about you, Joshua Gaiman? He's going to try to get away from that side draft outside of turn number 2. It's the rectangle going back within 3. New race leader, Gaiman, but for how long? Gaiman dives it deep within the inside line, trying to wrap that apron. Gaiman right back and up top.
Gaiman really holding his top side strong. And
Susie,
how about Smill able to get right in there into 4th? As Susie going to have to concede the position here, going to roll into P2. Not going to live on to another day. Don't want to be jumping your stuff on the first couple of laps here. Here comes Gaiman, or excuse me, here comes Susie. Going to look to the bottom side of the racetrack. No dice there as he's going to go back to work here, but he's going to have to keep an eye on that rear view mirror as he's got a whole back window full of Ken Baum Jr. right now.
Next closest battle up there on the racetrack, how about you, Chris Lynn and Ryan Broderick going at it for P8. Ryan Broderick and that HendrickCars.com number 5. He's already 2 spots gained since the drop of the green flag. Rocking that inside again. We've really seen the inside be the place to be as far as making a pass go. How about you, Ryan Broderick got the P8 there, door quarter clear. Another side-by-side battle up there right behind P8, P9. Michael Self, Nicholas Rowe going at it. Nicholas Rowe, he's already plus 4 spots now as they continue to snake their way around this long front straightaway.
And boy, you can get some draft moving. You start figuring out, kind of how your car handles. I've never really tested how much the draft here helps you or hurts you.
Man, Justin, you can definitely feel it out there within the corners, feel it there on these longer front and back straightaways, but that's exactly what you want to avoid is into the corners. Give me a headlight, give me a nose, a clean air here. Ken Baum Jr. looking, he's going to have all sorts of clean air plastered on the nose. Turn 2, Terrible's Toyota Camry, black and gold. Door, quarter, clear, round inside, up and in P2 goes to number 2.
How about you, P2 right now for that Ken Baum Jr. entry? He's got this thing really hooked up right now. Bottom side of the racetrack has kind of been where he's living. And, and maybe Susie's kind of just playing a little bit of defense here. Car maybe not be where he wants it at just yet, but, we're going to see some pit stops earlier. Jeez Louise. We're going to see some pit stops later on that may change the perspective of this race once some guys get a hold of the race car and see where they're at. Looking at the field right now, looking kind of through it, what happened to Oberstadt? He's currently 23 seconds behind this field.
Man, checking out there on Stefan Oberstadt, he looks like was not able to start this race out there within kind of the out there on the pit lane, I guess you'd call it, and he had to start kind of out there within the pits after the field had gone by there, and Stefan Oberstadt 17 seconds down.
Hate that Oberstadt picking up a couple wins so far this season. Right now, all eyes going to look at the 91 and the 68. Right now, bottom side of the racetrack, kind of making a little hay here. Going right around Kevin Click and Michael Self.
Justin, I'm going to add that we've kind of seen this before in the the Full Throttle Performance Cup Series before because, no, there's a lot of similarities there, but we've seen this out there, even out there 10th, 11th, 12th, and on back. These battles will continue to heat up, continue to ensue, really since the drop of the green flag there, and they're not going to go down without their respective fights. Click still looking on the inside there. There goes George Wood back to about their P13. battle fear for the race lead starting here. Heat up there just a little bit more as Ken Baum Jr. starting to draw a bead on that race lead.
You know what he's got, Sean?
He's got his rod and he's got his
bait. All he's going to do is sit there and wait. Here he comes, just kind of slowly reeling out, looking at the timer here. Stretching back out to about 0.3 of a second. And the green is kind of trending right now than it was before. But if you look at lap 1, 2, and 3, Ken was trying to get around get around Susie, and was kind of able to do so. And you're kind of seeing it now. Right now, Gaiman really got this hot rod tuned up as he's kind of stretched it back out just a little bit, not much, maybe 2 or 3 hundredths of a second. But man, look at this run! It's Ken Baum gets coming off of 4. We got caution on the Speedway.
Oh, Michael Self is going to be involved in it. So is Nicholas Rowe. Remember, Nicholas Rowe, one of those biggest movers since the drop of the green flag.
Self, unfortunately, going to get collected in this thing. Low, excuse me. Going to also get tagged up in this.
Man, some pretty heavy front damage on that left front of the driver 99. We'll see what happens to him here. This race replay brought to you by Sam Studio Network.
Let's take a look at this as we go off into the corner here. Low, just gonna be low on the racetrack. Looks good so far. Oh, drove it in. It just, it did not want to turn. When it did turn, it finally broke loose. He's gonna slide it up, tag the wall pretty good there.
Man, that hurts for Nicholas Rowe because, Lowe. He comes into this points, comes into this race needing some points headed his way. Take another look here at it as we take he tries to lock it down.
Yeah, look at Michael back there. Just kind of same instance. Both of them, you trying to get through the corner right there, get back to the throttle, and Self able to save it right there. Maybe get a little bit of the outside wall. Oh, the groundskeeper going to be pissed at them.
How about you, Michael Self? Let's hop on board here with him, see what he sees inside the car. Whoa, that is not easy to do inside one of these full throttle performance NASCAR Next Gen machines.
Yeah, did a good job right there, keeping it from tagging any more than it need to. Maybe a little bit of damage on the right side from the wall, but I think for the most part you're going to be all right. Run through the pits and wipe some of the grass off of it. But you look at this 99, he just went in the corner and that thing did not turn. Tries to get back to the throttle and it just dead hooks left. Yeah, you don't think that's a lot of damage, but that's a good little hit there.
Have to see who makes their way. Well, they were on pit lane. Joshua Susie, Kyler McCarthy, David Smeal Jr., Kevin Gibney Jr., Ryan Broderick, and Chris Lynn. Also Brody Green, George Wood, Michael Self, Nicholas Lowe, and Stefan Oberstadt. They're all in pit lane, but it's going to be the top 3 drivers who actually stay out. Joshua Gaiman, Ken Baum Jr., and Andrew May. This is when things start to get a little bit different as far as kind of these strategies go here, Justin. And if you're Susie, I really don't hate this call. Sure, it was Gaiman who they were duking out there for the battle for the race lead at the drop of the green flag. But now as you're Susie, you got kind of that next wild card in your hands. You got a little bit more advantage as far as fuel and tires go.
Yeah, you don't hate the call, but you also look at it as you're really going to be in some dirty areas. We talked about it last night. Clean air just kind of coming out of a premium. So right now it's going to be interesting to see these guys are going to be stacked up with one another. Just how much air, is really going to be dependent on whether you go forward, whether you go backwards.
Taking a quick look at the race replay from our original start of the race here, and it's the Josh and Josh show up front, and then you got, watch them here through turns 1 and turns 2, and just how I believe it was 61 was able to coming way out there and still able to find the grip on the inside line of the racetrack. But look at him, it's a fine line there. If you get up there on that concrete, that's kind of the inside line, that will shoot you up on the outside, and then it could have been both Joshes out there taken out as close as the gaming machine got into the inside line there. But very nice driving, and avoids the side draft there on that back straightaway, and they continue to do battle up and until that first caution flag.
So I think right now you're fixing to see it get all sorts of fun and interesting.
Got to remember as well, I mean, our race weather here tonight, it's kind of it's not a cool day out here in the racing capital of the world. You can see it out there within right side of your screen, 76 air temp, but a whole 110-degree track temp. It continues to rise as the sun continues to plow the temperature down here on us. Quick track info as well. We're working with a 2.5 mile speedway at about altitude 720 feet, 55 miles per hour on that pit road. And of course, it's the legends up here, the beautiful Justin Sean Stam up here in the booth, getting ready to go drop the green flag for the second time.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy is right. Well, what we see out there within Joshua Gaiman's, Ken Baum Jr. and Andrew May's virtual fuel tanks 7 laps later on that pit stop, as is Kevin Click. This is great news for Stefan Oberstadt, but wait, real quick, checking in on Stefan Oberstadt. He's back down on pit lane. He wasn't even involved within the last caution, but we got to get going. Green flag this time by.
Lights off on the pace car. Make our way around this very large square, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. Field is in your hands, Mr. Susie. Green flag to go. He's going to get a good little jump here over Ken Baum. Going to have him clear as they go off into the corner. Andrew May going to be the benefactor of that one also as they head back off into the corner. Look at the run here. The 22 is going to get that thing stuck to the bottom side of the racetrack and make a run here at the 2. No, Ken Baum's going to be clear as they head off of turn number 2.
Joshua Gaiman stretching his legs out up front as we now start to single file the runs on the back straightaway. Here comes Joshua Susie, actually opposite of it. Teammate on the outside, and teammate of Kyler McCarthy gets a way better run off the exit. Purple machine outside line, hot pink inside, leaning on each other a little bit, but keeping the contact a miss. 81 Susie, he's going to have to struggle here within this dirty air to work his way up through this pack. Once again, though, more fuel in the tank from driver's fifth and on back.
Yeah, a little more fuel, a little newer tires, a little new everything for some of them guys. And you know, again, we're going to keep it, we're going to watch it. And just kind of see how this air kind of moves them right now. Once again, them top 3 last, I guess top 4 really Click didn't pit either. So them top 4 right now, the only ones to kind of have some fresh tires or not fresh tires and no fuel in it. And so, you know, it kind of throws a wrench in the plan of everybody who's going to pit a little later, who's going to pit a little sooner. You know, you're going to have some of these guys looking at it later on down the road. Should I have pitted? Maybe I shouldn't have pitted.
Now, Justin, as we continue to hop on board here with Kyler McCarthy, what I really love to watch is obviously everything. You kind of get a glimpse of it all. You get the feet on the left going to work, you get the driver going to work, and then you get, you know, kind of what he sees out there within the huge screen on the right side. And what I especially love as well is kind of the different entrances out here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, all completely different from one another. These long straightaways here too, Justin, I really think that sets up here for you as a driver. You're not really able to get really within that rhythm that we are able to get kind of out here within other racetracks on the schedule. Speaking of other racetracks on the schedule, other battles on the racetrack, Chris Lynn, Kevin Gidney Jr., this is just what we saw here in this kind of in the first part of the race. Whoa, Lynn is up there in the dirty part of the track. He'll go for, I mean, that 32 got tight.
Maybe going to wash up the racetrack there, and good job of avoidance by everybody else sometimes, because I got to kind of concede the position. That's okay, you know, you're going to live the battle another day. Just kind of looking at the times here. Look at Gaiman and Ken Baum right now. I mean, 0.2 of a second kind of separate our front two right now. Oh, man, Kim had that thing yawed way out there. No pun intended, but that thing way on out there. Good job of keeping it together, and he's just going to tuck in right behind this 61, see what kind of draft he can get as they head off into 3 and 4 down a little short chute here between 3 and 4. I mean, are you seeing this too, man? He has got it all sorts of bobbling up.
God, we saw this from Huntley Jr. last night's Bump and Run Cup Series race. It's at kind of these earlier laps within these race restarts here. That it's a loose condition too. It's not even tight. And Ken Baum Jr. he is hanging on for dear life here. Look at him wrapping that kind of concrete apron of the racetrack. Whoa! And I mean, he saw it on the race wheel, Justin.
Yeah, he's sawing at it, man. And he's going to get them wheels right down in that little patch of concrete. Try to get it.
Up and into the chip down there within turn 3, and once again left side tires just barely on it, and he is having to put so much counter steer. Justin, that's really scaring me within this longer run setup here for Ken Baum Jr. He is really fighting that thing, and that's putting more heat, more wear within those Goodyear Racing Eagles.
It's going to put a lot of heat in it, and you just gotta make sure you take care of this baby.
You know, on these static camera shots here as well, Justin, watch it how close that they enter the corner and exit as well. I mean, they're getting about a foot, maybe even closer out there to that wall. Andrew May, he's up now to P4. He's continuing to, I think, one of the closest drivers getting into the wall. Andrew May, he had spent so many laps before the session, or within the practice session, about their hour before this race opened up. And Andrew May, it's paying off right now for him. He's gained 1 spot since the drop of the green. That man, probably paint scheme of the race. Turn 2, terrible Toyota Camry. Fish scales all over it. Andrew May's fast here tonight, Justin.
We're going to have that thing swimming like Nemo. What is it Dory says?
Yes.
Son Chico, Nemo.
I thought you were going for the old just keep driving, just keep racing.
P. Sherman, 42, Quality Way City.
Oh, that's what it is. Justin, as these tires do continue to wear, man, I really do think that this is another kind of thing that we've seen from this very high track temp that does continue to rise. Now Joshua Gaiman, he starts to drift way up the racetrack. Look at it, he is slideways through the corner, talking about getting that thing yawed out. These are two, I mean, wrangling cowboys trying to wrangle their bulls in right there underneath of them. It's twitchy, it's loose, it is just survival lap after lap. This is a lot going on back in behind the race field. I'll tell you right now, there are beads dripping down of sweat between these drivers. We're looking at battle for the race lead. Baum Jr. going to look low.
Yeah, he's going to get to the bottom side of the racetrack, and Ken needs a good points night. He's kind of had a, I'm not going to say a bad summer, just kind of unfortunate summer, I guess you call it. Just kind of got caught up in some other stuff, and he needs a good rebound here. But look at this, 25, really able to reel in these top 2 right now. Doing a good job here. Avoid it to the bottom side of the racetrack, but Gaiman really able to get the runoff that he needs right there to take the lead again.
Joshua Gaiman doing everything that he can out there, both physically, both mentally, keeping that 61 up front. But how about, I mean, Andrew May, we were just talking about him, and now he drops like a rock back down and within P6. Here comes Kevin Click. These are still all drivers on the same strategy calls, and that's within the older tire strategy. Kevin Click, a kind of slide job out there, take away P2 from Ken Baum Jr. What a pass for Kevin Click.
Yeah, look at this pass right here. This 25 sails her off in there and commits to the bottom. Ken has to kind of let him go right there, kind of seen the pass coming from a mile away, checks up, let him go, and live to battle another day. That is the 2 machine of Ken Baum Jr. Right now, Click really has this 25 hooked up and rolling. And didn't Kevin kind of start near the back of this field?
You're exactly right, man. It shows him starting actually P3, but I think same with Stefan Oberstadt. I think he had to start there within the pits. That caution, I think, about saved him there as we have an off track there for Brian Broderick. Whoa, he's in the grass.
Did that exit of turn 3 catch another one?
It very well could have. Take a look at the Stam Studio Network race replay. Whoa, Ryan Broderick, hang on to it.
Yeah, good job right there, just locking it up. Oh, that was a right turn away from disaster.
It would have been 190-mile-per-hour impact, if not more than that. Joshua Gaben, Kevin Click, Ken Baum Jr. still the 1, 2, 3 up front. Still the 3 that have yet to pit. Andrew May, the only driver who's still yet to pit. He's dropped his way back within P6. We're going to take a really quick look at a race replay here, see if we can't see what happened out there to Andrew May as Kyler McCarthy works his way on by. This may have actually been after contact there, May into the outside wall and killed all of his speed, killed all of his momentum, but I don't see too much damage on the 22. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, you know, it's not going to hurt too bad, I don't think. I think he'll still be okay, but maybe so. Hopefully so.
Hopping on board now with Kevin Click, the GoPro suspension camera shot. Look at what Kevin's able to do here. Once again, Justin mentioned it, this driver kind of started back there within the back of the pack, and he has continued to work out there over and over. We worked over Ken Baum Jr. for the spot. Ken Baum Jr., as the commentator said, just kind of had to concede it out there, just give it to him with as much speed and pace that the turn 2 Terribles boys out tonight. They're going to run second and third, trying to take down Joshua Gaiman. Gaiman comes into this race second within the point standings, searching, forget this, commentator, race win number 6 of the season.
So just kind of rolling around through here. Nobody going to get after it too hard just yet.
Closest battles on the racetrack, separating second and third, 0.2 of a second. Also between 7th and 6th and 7th, excuse me, Justice. Don't you think about it. Smil and May there also about 0.2. And Nicholas Lowe, Brody Green, 11th and 12th, 0.2 there. Sticking on board here with battles for second and third as Ken Baum Jr. is struggling with her grip on that turn 2. Terrible's number 2 for the Camry. It's a Chevy leading a Ford, leading a Camry. What a great run out there at the racing capital of the world, the Full Throttle Performance Cup Series.
John, do you think it's about time for our first one of the night?
Oh man, 22 out of 120, take us there, ladies and gentlemen. You crank it up. Justin Yaw, Sean Stem, right back here with you in the booth. everybody. Welcome back here on STAM Studio Network. You can go and crank this thing right back and on down as we got a battle for the race lead starting to crank up the heat. Battle for the race lead and battle for that second and third spot. Gaiman, Click, and Bomb Jr. Click, he keeps clicking them off out here, but whoa! Joshua Gaiman, he loses in front of P2 and then P3. Here comes Click to the race lead. No contact giveth, no contact taketh.
Oh, we were racing hard already. Oh my.
Look at
just
it.
Drove it in. It just a great save. I'll give him that. Pat on the back. A+ for effort right there. Good save right there. But Susie, gonna get under right there too. And if you're gaming, you're gonna have to take a look at it here and maybe back up punt.
My goodness, my gracious, save of the season right there as hopping on board there with Kevin Click. Now, I don't know if that was some air deposited on that rear spoiler from back and behind. I don't think that Kevin Click was close enough, but he will say, well, thank you very much. 26 laps down out of 60 for stage 1, 26 out of 120 for the whole race. Remember, for that stage break, there is not a caution flag for it. Kevin Click now in clean air. This could be dangerous for the field, Justin. 25 leading laps now. Another look here at Ryan Broderick's incident. We saw this earlier on, but for those of you maybe just now joining in, man, he had slipped it, he had slided it. An amazing save out there for the HendrickCars.com number 5.
How about you, Kevin Click? He's doing a great job so far. Even though it only says 1 lead change, I feel like there's been about 6.
And it feels like it's as these these tires do continue to wear, and as this fuel continues to burn, these drivers are dealing with completely different driving race cars than what they were at the drop of the green flag. Speaking of completely different driving race cars, there's going to be Kevin Gibney Jr., George Wood, battles for 8th and 9th going at once again. I mean, this is something that honestly, Justin, we really didn't see a lot of last night, and it's this continuous battles all around the town.
Yeah, it's just been great racing so far, and I mean that's kind of what you get out of Indy. You know, to me, if you get spread out and there's just good clean air and you can kind of battle each other around and everything, you can make it some great racing. But you know, again, it's the battle of clean air versus dirty air and how well you can really make it up. Right there in the fan cam, I guess you want to call it.
Back when I used to do some work for Flow Racing, I was on a handheld camera, Justin, one time, and I got up there in the crowd, gave him a shot like that. The director, he giggled a little bit, but I think he was getting by it. I'm thinking, yeah, look at you, got the whole crowd out there with you. What a shot! If you've never been out here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, just be sure you bring your walking shoes. God, it's a hike from one just straight away at this track and into the other. Some memories there with the dad there a couple of years ago. But back out here, Kevin Click, Kevin Click, Ken Baum Jr., Joshua Susie. There's the Josh and Josh show, 3rd and 4th. Kyler McCarthy, 4P5. As we jump on back within this Kyler McCarthy live driver camera shot, one of the biggest misconceptions, I believe, from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is that all 4 corners are the same. On paper, they absolutely are, but each and every single one of these corners, 9.2 degrees banking within the same quarter-mile radius. Turn 1, I believe, the most intimidating drivers, about 180 miles per hour within that entrance. Turn 2, although it looks identical, even a crosswind can upset within that car on corner exit. Turn 3 mirrors turn 1, turn 4, it's all about momentum and carrying it right back in on the back straightaway. Here is turn 4 here, Kyler McCarthy, foot right back in on the gas, not losing all speed, not losing all that momentum. That's a lap here around Indy.
Now, Sean, you know, all right, I need you to break out your fuel calculator here. What are we looking like on a fuel run here? You can go all the way, because you got to remember, Click, Ken Baum, Gaiman, and who was it, Andrew May, are the 4 that have stayed out. So, you know, they're starting on what they started with on the race.
That's a great thing to bring up, Yamatator, and I'm glad you do. Look at Susie, look at McCarthy, Smeal, and George Wood, and everybody else. They last pitted on lap number 7, but still, can you believe it? It's Kevin Click, it's Ken Baum Jr., and I think we can, Justin. That's the clean air that continues to prevail. But you got Joshua Susie. He is on newer tires. He is on newer fuel. Works his way now up within P3. This is just a game of just kind of stop the bleeding out there for Joshua Susie right now. Continuing to slice, continue to dice, work his way through this pack. Well, let's see. Does he have that last run speed compared up there to Ken Baum Jr., who has yet to pit? If we compare these last 5 lap histories, this will tell the bigger story.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Maybe it won't.
Yes, no.
And I mean, sure, we got to remember.
No, maybe not. I don't know.
There was only 7 lap difference there, but I think that as these runs do continue to work themselves over and over and over, and lap after lap, man, there you see it. Susie, even on newer tires, he's also loose as a goose. 31 now out of 120, and we're continuing to pick them up. We've been putting them down.
Right now, you're really going to use this draft to your advantage. See if you can get tucked in, maybe get a little time here. See if you can get it pulled in, wrangle them in. And any one of those places, you really got to set up these passes before you start dialing it off in there.
Taking a look within the point standings, it says Brody Green within the lead of the points, with the 91, of course, belonging to, that would be, Susie is the 81 there. So 81, we got leading within the point standings, then Gaiman, then you got the old David Smeal Jr., Kyler McCarthy, and driver 11, Caitlin Height, unfortunately off the racetrack right now. Battles out there for that final driver interview spot continuing to heat up here as Joshua Gaiman, he has another run, but it's just making the passes actually happen. Susie, a little bit of teammate with a little bit of defense there over Gaiman.
Right now, this battle right here for really second, third, and fourth right now, heating up with Gaiman and Susie, starting to kind of go out of here. The Josh and Josh show, we talk about it each and every week with these guys. Okay, I go y'all out there. Woo! It's going to open the door just a little bit here, but here comes Gaiman, top side of the racetrack. Can he get the run he needs? Susie going to have to concede there, but here comes Gaiman, going to look for second also.
Dude, Ken Baum Jr., I don't know how much longer he can take. He's saying his pit window open because I gotta come. Pause. Ken Baum Jr., he'll lose one. It'll probably be a 2-for-1 this time, as here comes Susie starting to get his sights set.
This might have been a bad thing to let this 61 get back out. Because Clint's going to be a sitting duck if this 61 starts rolling and moving and deriving again.
61, he's got that long run speed, got the long run pace somehow with no fresh tires underneath of him. It is only a 7-lap advantage, but Susie, he's still there as well, and finally works his way around Ken Baum Jr. Taking another look here at this pass is, man, Baum Jr. just loose. Here he is out going in within 4, I believe, or 3, whichever one. Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4 off, 7.
Oh, Joshua Gaiman in the wall!
Oh, no.
This has Chase Championship implications written all over it, Yamatator.
Oh, no. Back to on in there pretty good. Cameraman Steve right there with a front row seat to it.
And Joshua, you just said it, what, about 1 lap, maybe 2 ago there, Justin. Things are heating up. And, well, 61, is there contact there, or did he just sit a little bit deep within the corner? Here's another look at the Stam Studio Network race replay.
Let's take another look at it here.
So that was as the Susie machine got his way around Ken Baum Jr. And it's going to be probably here within 1, maybe 2 turns. Oh, he's already, fighting for grip. And then here we'll just save us a little bit of time here as Joshua Gaiman. It's going to be. It just, man, it
He's
washes
already
up.
fighting it like crazy. Oh, it just took. He's fighting left and right. He gave it all the effort to try to get it saved, but he didn't.
We'll take a look at our onboard camera shot this time by, see what he saw from back behind the wheel. Oh, it was once, twice, a thrice save for Gaiman. And unfortunately here comes the contact. How bad was it? Boom.
Yeah, get a little pop there.
All right, Yamatator, we're making our way there downtown to you, virtual pit lane.
Here comes pretty much the whole field. Click gonna be first, then Susie, then Kinbaum. So here we go. I think you're gonna see fours all around. Top her off with Sunoco fuel.
Kevin Click misses his box. Oh, he has to hit neutral reverse right into first gear again. He's going to lose probably 3-4 spots of that. Susie off of his box first. Here comes McCarthy and Ken Baum Jr. 4 tires around this whole virtual pit lane. And man, you got Kevin Click still in pit lane. There he goes out of it, but falls back into P9.
Here we go. It's going to be interesting now. We got some new players up front. Carthy's going to finally be able to get some clean air.
Guy doesn't hold the sign down to know where to stop in the pit.
What is that over there in the right?
Man, that's
yes.
oh, hang on.
Your next pit stop, you should be good.
I can't hear it anyway.
Your first stop.
That is live iRacing voice chat there in between. I believe that was Click and
Yeah, I had no clue where to fucking stop.
Click saying that he had no idea where to stop. He didn't have the sign
stop.
on his pit stop. That's why that Kevin Click missed his box by, I mean, it was about a foot or two.
VR issues, which is why I had to
That's
stop in the pits.
Blind guess at that point. You throwing darts at a dartboard or a blindfold on playing pin the tail of donkey.
It's like, golly, man, Kevin Click, he makes that pit stop happen in a somewhat of a timely manner. I believe he said something about racing in VR as well. Justin, what about you? And I'll extend this question out there to YouTube chat as well. Welcome in out there within YouTube land. Appreciate you joining in, as well as our sponsors and affiliates. But Justin, have you ever raced any iRacing out there within virtual reality?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I also learned that if you junkie crap and you get pushed, if you miss your box, you basically can't really do a whole lot. You basically have to exit the street or exit the race. Did learn that.
Unfortunate there.
Did learn that.
Looks like Kevin Click, he'll learn something along those lines there as well, but still lines up within P6 to that P7 spot. Backing up front, it's Kyler McCarthy, Joshua Susie, Ken Baum Jr., Kevin Gibney Jr., David Smeal Jr. But this is only our second caution of the race. For those of you that are just now joining in, we appreciate you joining in on STEM Studio Network. Lap 37 out of 120, stage break at lap 20. No caution for that stage break. We've had 2 cautions for 6 laps and 1 lead change, but as Yamatator mentioned earlier, it feels like a lot more than that. This has been a great race here tonight so far, and it continues to kind of make its way up into a great race. We've got everybody re-racked, restacked, and ready to go.
Well, we re-racked, we restacked.
iRacing safety pace car making his way into the safety of pit lane, this time by Kyler McCarthy from P6 on back. He's now up in the outside row with an amazing pit stop. It's 4 tires all the way around for each and every single one of the drivers last on pit lane, and that was every single driver on the field filled up and ready to go with virtual Sunoco race fuel. Here comes the pace car, and here we go, getting ready to drop the green flag back at the Brickyard. I'm bricked up for the Brickyard. I don't know about you, Justin, but let's get ready to go.
Pause.
Big old pause.
Big old pause.
Unpause,
Here
back
we
to green
go.
flag racing. Here we go.
Unpause. We're racing.
Susie's
Here
going to lead him
comes-
down there within turn 1, but it's a side-by-side battle. Look at the deal. 31 of Kevin Gibney Jr. up top. 22, Andrew May joins up top. But, man, we're going to start to see this outside line fizzle out as inside line prevails. Here comes that Kevin Gibney Jr. outside. David Smeal Jr. as well. The new look for the 27. Finally, after 2 years of searching, got the race win on his name. But now he's on the inside of 3, heading into 3.
Oh, buddy, we're still getting dicey out here so far. Right now, Gimney's stuck up there on the top side of the racetrack, really battling hard with Click. He's having to rebound after that pit road incident. It's just kind of a get out of the way fest right there. Here comes Ken Baum Jr.
Man, Ken Baum Jr., he also had a poor stop, didn't he? He's all the way back in P6.
Doing a good job here.
Doing a good
He's
job.
smart
working
about it. Yeah,
his way back up through it, but man, I guess not so good of a job within its entrance and exit. Ryan Broderick, another good job there, though. He's up to P7 on InjuredCars.com.
you can kind of see the lead that Susie has built out there so far. A little under a second here, but it's creeping towards it. McCarthy just doing everything he can right now just to kind of keep Susie within grasp here.
David Smeal Jr.
Here they go,
nice.
looking too wide down the front stretch. Here comes Ken Baum to the bottom side. Here comes David Smeal to the top side. Oh, buddy, are they going to touch? No, Smeal going to be able to keep it up top.
Smeal going to keep it up top, and that will ruin the run that Ken Baum Jr. had. Ryan Broderick's going to take all advantage of that. Number 2, he continues to get a little jiggy with it here, and here comes Ken Baum Jr. right back on the inside. Jeremy Sarfo's photography machine trying to bring Joshua Gaiman out there with them. Gaiman, who has led so many laps up there earlier on ago, still within P8. Here comes some more, door to door. Broderick up top, Baum Jr. down low.
Oh, buddy. Ken just doing everything he can right now to hang on to this thing because he's up there. Oh, Broderick going to tag the wall. Susie going to lay down the fastest lap so far this race.
And imagine that. Of course it's Susie up in clean air. Take a look at this Stamp Jr. Network race replay here. Broderick, he's going to get tight. Number 5 not going to turn. Leave into the wall. Well, that was the next lap by. Back it up here in for Susie, though. Fastest lap of the race, but McCarthy, he's not going anywhere. 0.6 of a second back and only 0.1 of a second slower than Susie's fastest lap of the race.
That's just the name of the game. Clean air is going to be your best friend. Caution on the Speedway. Broderick going to get involved. The 91 going to be involved. Of Green going to get out of the way.
I think Brody Green may have just gotten a Michael Self Part 2 there, as that was kind of 2 separate cars involved in it. Broderick may be the majority of the damage. Here comes the race replay out here on SSN. Oh boy, wow, there was contact there and a half. Oh, well, contact after the incident. I just saw the 5 man get loose as a goose, and I don't even think contact afterwards. I'll take that one back. Oh, there goes Brody Green.
Green was just trying to get out of the way, and unfortunately caught a bad front of it.
Hopping on board here with Brody. Oh! And how about the new face in the new place here for Brody Green? We appreciate you coming out there, and I mean, also missing that wreck out there, some nice reflexes, but just like we saw from Michael Self, it's like you see an incident up there and in front of you. I mean, you're running at 194 miles an hour on corner exit. It's not that easy to get these full throttle performance NASCAR next gen machines slowed and mowed back down. Susie McCarthy, Kevin Gibney Jr., that's the 1, 2, 3. We'll also have Kevin Click, David Smill Jr., Ken Baum Jr., the 4, 5, 6, Gaiman, May, Self, and Lynn. Rounding out the top 10, nobody opting to pit. I'll take that back. We'll have some fakeage out here. Susie, he's going to drag down at least his teammate McCarthy in. So is David Smill Jr.
Couple bites on pit road going to come into you now. So here we go. Got a couple tankers here. So she's going to come in. McCarthy going to come in. I think it's just one of them deals, you know, never going to have too many adjustments on a race car. Don't think you're going to see anybody really take tires here. I believe this is more going to be of an adjustment and maybe some fuel here, top her off and send it on. Yeah, there goes Smill. There goes McCarthy. There goes Susie. Broderick after bringing out the caution. There's Chris Lynn. So we're going to keep looking on here. Yet again, new race leader, Kevin Gibney. So he's going to have Click, Ken Baum, and Gaben somehow cycling his way back up here to the front again. So we're going to be 2 laps here to go this time by. We're going to go 2-1 this time by. Looking on Kevin Click right now. He's having a great race. I mean, he's stuck really to where he's wanting to be. He's led a little bit up front, just kind of in mid front pack, I guess you want to call it, maybe. But just doing a good job right now of using.
Justin, we mentioned it earlier, the track is obviously named the Brickyard because did you know it was paved with 3.2 million bricks? Today, only the famous yard of bricks remains at the start-finish line where, Justin, that's where I bring this conversation question to you as well as anybody down there in YouTube land. You went in here, you get within victory lane, you burning it down over the bricks?
I don't know if I could, you know. Sean, would you do the burnout over bricks?
You know, as much flack as Cavapel, or how do you say it, Carson got online for that. You know what? Sure, it's the name in the mouth. Yeah, I'm burning across those bricks. I don't give a. No, I'll take that back. I do give a dang about the history and everything back behind it. But, man, if I'm winning out here at the racing capital of the world, especially a 120-lap race here like tonight, I'm not letting anybody tell me where or where not. I can't put my rubber. Pause. Alrighty, should be going green flag racing this time. We'll have the Kevin and Kevin show. It was Josh and Josh to start the race, and now it's Kevin Gibney Jr. and Kevin Click. Row number 1, Joshua Gaiman and Ken Baum Jr. Row number 2. Andrew Mayhe's right back up where he started this race. Row number 3 in that kind of baby blue turn 2 Terrible's Toyota Camry inside line. To his outside, Michael Self. Michael Self, really the only times that we've mentioned his name was on the nice save that he had made, but now a little bit more within kind of same pit stop strategy. It's going to be fun to see where that number 15 pace is. Joshua Susie led laps earlier on. He's within P7. Teammate outside for P8 of Kyler McCarthy. And the top, let's see, the top 6 here, Justin, from Kevin Gibney Jr. And I thought it was everybody on the same pit stop time. But timing and scoring showing Kevin Gibney Jr. all the way down to P6. Last on pit lane, lap 35. Joshua Susie, so 7th through 15th on back. Last on pit lane at lap 42. Let's get going back green flag racing here at the racing capital of the world.
So here we go. Back to the green flag we go. Kevin Gibney going to get to the top side of the racetrack and try to block that run from Click as they head off into 1. Gavin going to stick it to the top side of the racetrack and get him cleared coming off the corner. Here comes that 61 after the accident earlier on. Better keep an eye on that 61, man. Gavin's got a lot of speed evident earlier on in this race.
Gets another pretty quick single file run out there on the back straightaway. The field chasing Kevin Gibney Jr. as he stretches his legs. Ken Baum Jr. back there within P4. Andrew May back now within P5. Andrew May kind of, this is where the dirty air really starts to build up there within the front nose. And you can, man, May's, his hands are cool, calm, and collected from behind the wheel. We'll check that same camera shot out here. About 5, 10, 15 laps and on. Single file running a little bit of slicing and dicing, looking down the inside, and then faking it right back and around up top. 15 more laps to go within stage number 1.
Looking at it right now. Field's still within a good little bit right here. This front half all the way really back to 7th. Still, I mean, you'll throw a blanket over these guys right now. They're still racing hard. Gibney kind of opened up a little bit of a lead here, but here comes Quick in a battle back. He's going to close the gap just a little bit. Maybe 500 of a second here going to get closed up, but he's really not checking up too much. But keep an eye on this Santa Cruz Syndicate number 61 of Joshua Gaiman. Oh, another bobble right there. They check up though.
Look at him try to oh, no, contact for the race lead. Kevin Gibney Jr. up top, and he will get turned into
Gibney,
one.
you fucking douchebag.
Oh.
You don't have to fucking block all the way down the wall when somebody's got to run on you like that. And then you turn left again.
No. Oh, Broderick going to get involved too.
And you still don't have to fucking turn me, but here we are.
1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, a big one headed into one. Lots of cars involved. You can hear on the radio, Click and Kevin Gibney Jr. not happy with one another there as they continue to beat and bang.
The irony.
Oh boy, Race Control going to have their hands full after that one.
Stam Studio Network Race Replay heading your way.
Let's back that baby on up a little bit. I think there was a little more to that before the getting got getting.
I've never once said it's never my fault, but you're driving like a dipshit.
Let's see, 25 going to get good run going down the front stretch here.
Right now.
31 looking.
More like it.
Little contact there. And Click, I don't think was too happy with that. And then the 31 going to go for a ride, and it's just going to kick the 25 and the 61.
I think maybe
unfortunate unfortunate factor in that one is he's just kind of along for the ride and sees it all happening. I mean, nowhere to go. The 61 collect some damage on the nose. They're going to have to keep an eye on that too. Is Kevin Gibney going to collect a black flag?
I mean, look at the difference out here outside of the turn, and this is a huge, it's a huge gap that out there that separates the 31 and the 25. That was the lap prior to it, and then this is just the very next lap and on by. Look at how close that this has got, and I mean, here comes that 25, just so much speed, so much pace, and as you said, Justin, I don't think that he's going to take to that, all the way down into the inside fence pretty well.
Not going to be happy with that one.
Here it is at race pace this time by.
Contact. Real contact.
I'll tell you, Joshua Gaiman, he got a pretty heavy lick of damage there as well, as here comes Ryan Broderick and contacts there with the number 5, and we'll see who he had contact with there, as there's just nowhere to go up in here and in front of him. Look at him just trying to slow it all down.
Boy, the Thunderdome is going to be active tonight.
Take a look. We are right back within live pacing action. See if we still have some more time here for a race replay. Lights still on the iRacing safety pace car. We'll take 1 to 2 to 3 more thousand looks at it. This time on by. Let's kind of hop on board here with, I believe this is going to be Kevin Click. As we hop on board here with him and kind of see what he sees at the driver eye camera shot.
Bang, bang.
And Click, he's sitting.
Wow. Boy, race control going to have their hands full with this one.
Oh, big time, man. I think that's even a little bit of an understatement. Taking a look here at Kevin Gibney Jr. and then, man, they're both sitting, I mean, pretty within the point standing, so this is going to hurt both of them. Look at a huge save there for the 31. That was outside of turn number 3, and here we go outside of turn number 4. That huge bobble is what ultimately sets up this run out there for Click. Here comes Kevin Click, driver 25, and then just the snaking back down the front straightaway. It ultimately just turns it into a block for the race lead, and then it's contact from that point on.
Those were off when the block was initiated, and again, Gaiman, the unfortunate one, is going to collect that one. And Ken Baum, we're going to have to check the nose on that too. I don't really know what to tell you with that one.
I know what to.
Yeah, look at the splitter. It's a little bit up.
And it's a lot of unhappy drivers.
Arca? Was it Arca braking?
No. I don't even think that as well because, I mean, yeah, it's so fast out there going into the corners, and next thing you know it. Let's also here check really quick on Joshua Gaiman's damage as well as Ken Baum Jr.'s damage. Joshua Gaiman, he did come down and to get this damage fixed back up, but Ken Baum Jr. did not. That is a big old lick for Gaiman. Taking a look at the damage, yeah, that front nose is destroyed. It's now cutting back within live racing action. Let's see. Oh, okay. Joshua Gaiman, he did get all of his damage fixed back up, but opposite of the story there. There's Ken Baum Jr. and the race lead. A really damaged front nose and a really damaged front splitter as well. That is not going to help him out there throughout these corners.
No, you know, and 80 is one of those tracks where aerodynamics are really going to be your benefactor.
Oh, big time.
And that one may be. That may not be get fixed for a little bit.
And even if, I mean, when Ken Baum Jr. does make it down within virtual pit lane, that's going to be, I mean, that is some pretty heavy damage, maybe 40 to 50 seconds at most. So even if somehow, some way within these laser scanned damaged models, then iRacing Simulation Motorsports, if Ken Baum Jr. does somehow find the speed, he's got the same pit stop strategy as Andrew May. Sure, Andrew May is a clean race car up top, but they were last on pit lane at lap 35, P3 through P6. So that kind of third, fourth row back, they were pit lane lap 42, and then lap 48 is the rest of the pack. So even some more, these strategy calls continue to play as we'll get this iRacing safety pace car down within virtual safety of pit lane.
Yeah, boy.
Justin, really quick, before green flag, who you like in here so far?
Right now, I like that 61 until all that mess, but I think you got to go with 81 right now. You can't really bet against Susie. I think that's just kind of the inevitable.
Hey, taking the words right outside of a mouth. Could this be a crystal ball, ladies and gentlemen? A glimpse within the future within our final race restart, if there is one there. Ken Baum Jr., he's got the clean air over the front nose, but how much damage is on that number 2 as Susie works his way up to P2, exactly where he started. Andrew May, P3. Here comes David Smeal Jr. with a clean Chevrolet Camaro. It's starting to get a little bit closer out there. Is hopping on board here now with Joshua Susie. Does he have a look down around the outside line for the race lead?
He's going to poke his nose in there like he wants to see if he can get it done, but just going to have to kind of whoa up just a little bit on the horses.
Rains. I think that's the word.
Didn't know Luke Bryan had us on it. Rain was a good thing. Well, tonight his brakes are a good thing. Oh, Rodri going to tag the wall.
Ryan, he must have got left rear hooks there as he's going to lose all of those spots they had fought so hard for. Ryan Broderick going to make his way down into pit lane here. We'll take a look here at what happened. Man, there was contact up there with Joshua, but I'm not sure if he left rear hooked him. Take another look here.
Let's go back and take a look at that one.
Oh!
Like they were trying to draft a little bit and just kind of get off the nose of one another, and when they did, it just ultimately caused the wreck.
End of line penalty given to Kevin Gibney Jr., but he's already shown within virtual pit lane. Battle for the race lead continues to heat up out here as if it was your favorite crab boil. Joshua Susi after ball. I mean, how about Joshua Susi's race tonight, Justin? He's been back there. He's been right back and up front. And how about you looking up front for the race lead into one? Oh, there
How
you go.
about this race lead? Here comes Susi to the lead. Then here comes Smith. Going to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Going to get the twofer right there. If you're old Ken Baum, Ken Baum kind of a tough spot there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Man, that hurts that hurts big time for Kevin Gibney Jr. That's one of those drivers who is a little bit closer within those point chase cutoff lines out there within the final 4 races to go within the regular season. Regular season is not anything of concern out here for the race lead, but it is concern as David Smeal Jr. does continue to close that gap. David Smeal Jr. finally getting that 1 win on the season. Just a couple of races ago, it took him 2 to 3 years to finally make it happen. It was like I don't know if I was emotional or he was emotional out there within virtual victory lane, but what a win it would and could be for driver 27. He can make it happen up here at the racing capital of the world. 7 laps to go within stage number 1. No caution flag for the stage, but that sets up our halfway margin. Baum Jr. in the wall.
Right now, everybody's still just kind of moving and grooving around through here. Looking on board with Ken Baum as Ken's dropped down to 5th. And as he's kind of hanging on the best he can.
Oh, Stefan Oberstadt. How about you from the next county over there? Oberstadt now shown within P5. That'll be 7 spots gained. If you focus your attention on the left side of the screen, timing and tower, that'll show your favorite driver, now how many positions they have gained or lost since the drop of it all. And Joshua Game and Ken Baum Jr., they continue to duke it out there as Ken Baum Jr. now in dirty air as well. You know, he's going to start to fall like Justin. Fastest lap times on the left side of your screen now. So Baum Jr. his last lap time was a 53.546. Pretty much everybody in front of him was putting down 52s. Ken Baum Jr. he is under some heavy artillery right now. With only 5 laps to go in the stage, he's going to try to make it out there within our next kind of pit stop strategy call.
Yeah, and I think right now you're going to see it. Strategy's going to be the name of the game right here. He's going to be able to kind of keep the momentum rolling and going. And again, we talk about it every week. He's going to be able to kind of be able to get on and off pit road. We see it happen already with Click here tonight. A little bit of issue on pit road. He's going to be able to kind of get on and off pit road very clean.
Speaking of pit stop laps, there you can see the difference within the top 3. The last lap times that Susi and Smeal were pit, or excuse me, the last lap was lap 42, and then for Andrew May, about lap 35. So older tires, less fuel in the tank for Andrew May, but there's still so much longer to go. There's still a long time to get there in this race. Who says what they say can't be done as we continue to see this battle for the race lead heat up out here in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the racing capital of the world. It's Sean Stam and Justin Yaws here with you in the booth. How about Joshua Susi and Smeal Jr.? They continue to fight it out. 3 laps to go this time by.
3 laps to go in the stage. Right now, Smeal doing a good job. Just kind of following in this wake of Susi, not really putting too much pressure on him. Just maybe going to see if Susi will make a little bit of a bobble or something like that, but you're going to get too much out of the man.
Last 2 laps have been a little bit faster for that David Smeal Jr. show. How much faster? Only about a 10th or about a 100th or 2. But David Smeal Jr. hopping on board here with them now. Within the entrances of the turn, I swear, David Smeal Jr., it looks like he's able to gain there just a little bit. But within corner exit, it's all Joshua Susi. 3 laps to go as this track temp continues to rise now. Well, actually fall a little bit as a huge cloud has come over the track. 106 degrees Fahrenheit within the track temp. You actually feel that from back and behind the race wheel. You get a little bit more grip. You're able to push the car a little bit more. But next thing before you know, that cloud is gone, and out there you're back to that 110 degree track temp. Joshua Susie, David Smeal Jr., Andrew May. Don't look now. McCarthy, Gaiman, Oberstadt is there as well. 4th, 5th, and 6th on back.
What you think? You think? Oh, look at the block here on Ken.
I mean,
you start wondering, maybe I wonder if Ken's maybe having to file over that arrow with the nose being dented up.
We thought Ken's race was earlier before this damage. He was struggling for it. Man, you can imagine how that feels from back behind the race wheel now. Still, we only got Ted out there joining us within live YouTube land, but I know Ted. He drove a loose truck out here before, especially those Toyota variants. Ken Baum Jr. driving the Toyota variant, but now meat of the sandwich between Chris Lynn and George Wood. You got Brody Green, Michael Selfit behind this battle. Justin, how about you though? Battle for the race lead. It's less than 2 tenths back this time by.
Damn it. Damn it. I feel like a worm right now, waiting on like a big old fish just to come by into your home.
Field and Streams, Corey High paints. God dang it.
This guy. This guy.
I'm not gonna let that one go. Oh boy. Justin, what about you when you're fishing though? I know we talked about fishing a couple of weeks ago. What is your kind of, you're using the crankbaits, you use a little froggy action, some real night crawlers. What are you rocking with?
So actually went fishing Friday night. We went to go catfishing.
Oh.
And we sat there for a while. The only thing we caught was a raccoon on camera. Dude, there was like a family of 7 of them are surrounding us, and so my buddy threw us a little bit of bait we had, and he got it and took off. Never seen him again. We had one that if it had took the bait, it'd have been, that fishing pole would still be floating around Gunnersville Lake. But no, we caught a couple on just like some artificial stuff right by the dam. We went to the Gunnersville Dam, so it was like right by the dam. We caught a couple. It wasn't nothing crazy. If I'd caught a catfish though, I'd have been eating good.
See, that's a whole lot different for me because when I'm fishing, it's pretty much out there for the big old billy bass and maybe some sunfish or some birds. Man, you're gonna eat the catch, and you got those are big old catfish. You see noodling, man. That's what I picture you doing, Justin. Get a little down there in the water, get your hands dirty out there on them.
You expect to see me out there? My luck, I'd find the old gargantuan one, and you wouldn't see me come back up. That'd be my luck.
The gargantuan.
I'd find the Jaws one.
I'd be sitting up there on the bank going, darn it, darn it.
John, you ever window shop for cars?
Oh boy, that's a story and a half. I'll just keep it as a simple no. What about you though, Yelman-Tater?
Oh, all the time.
Oh yeah.
You want to guess what I'm looking at right now?
Oh. Is it a
do I need
NASCAR?
this? No.
Oh,
do I want one? Yes.
What is it though?
Currently looking at a Corvette.
Okay.
Do I need a Corvette? No. Do I want a Corvette? Yes.
The rule is you got to get the white New Balances if you get a Corvette.
Exactly.
I think it comes with it.
But I'm very specific on how I want my Corvette. It also wouldn't work out very well because I live on a dirt road.
Ooh. Hey, you can do what I don't know if you saw it within the Mazdas, but there's a group of off-road racers who would, just completely, there's a word for it out there. I think it's it's escaping my mind right now. But they completely take like some older Porsches and turn them into kind of off-road and off-track kind of rally-ready cars. Now, I could totally see that happen out there with a C8. Man, now we're talking.
I don't want a mid-engine. I want like a See, I like those, the C5s.
Oh, a little bit older. Okay.
Yeah, I like those. I mean, I don't mind the C6s. The thing though is I want a stick. I don't want an automatic.
Man, I'm the same way. I'll be honest with you, man. Oh, hang on real quick. Joshua Gaiman looking low in that final driver interview spot over Andrew May. But I'm right there with you, and I know that traffic it continues to get bad out here within the old Austin, Texas. But man, I'm there with you. I'm done with driving with just the paddles or just the automatic. Hey, I'll replace a clutch every 10 years if I need to. Get me more connected with the car that I drive, and talking about more connected with the cars that these drivers drive. Ken Baum Jr., he's going to shift his way in this, what is it, sequential gearbox, full throttle performance cup series car. He's going to shift his way back down first gear, 55 miles an hour in thin pit lane. He's finally had enough within that damaged turn 2 terribles, number 2.
John, I got to step away for just a minute. I'll be right back, my friend.
You're good. What is kind of endurance racing out here tonight from the Full Throttle Performance Cup Series. I mean, battles out there still all over the racetrack, and in between Kyler McCarthy and Andrew May up top. Stefan Oberstadt, he is still there as well, but with the whole 120-lap race, probably the longest race of the season, we're getting some chat done up here within the booth, Justin and I, and, well, some racing is done on the racetrack as well. Unicorn Queen, if you're watching, we appreciate your monthly contributions of, I think, $3 out there. With that really keeps us going for back and behind the scenes, as well as you and Kyler McCarthy up there for each and every single thing that you do us here for us on and off the racetrack. Kyler McCarthy, 3 spots gained at the drop of the green flag. He's worked his way within top 4, looking and searching for the final driver interview spots. He finished P3 just 1 week ago, looking to go back-to-back in top 3 finishes at Kyler McCarthy machine. And I'll be honest, Justin, y'all and I did come into this race talking about here just a little bit. Well, it could be a lot of just dirty air, and it could be a lot of just, it's a 120-lap race, you know, long time to go, a long time to get there. Well, it's still been the Joshua Susie showing out and up front, and, well, that's where that clean air comes from, continuing to lead lap after lap, led 21 here tonight. David Smil Jr., he quite hasn't led a lad here just yet, but after with that first win of the season a couple weeks ago out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, David Smil Jr., he has shown the speed, shown the pace, and more importantly, showed the consistency. He's up 4 spots as the drop of the green. Joshua Gaiman up to P3, final driver interview spot, teammate behind. Gaiman -2, McCarthy +3. McCarthy, he's like, come on now. Hey, big old wave out there from Kyler, waving right back there at you. Kyler, he also not only is rocking the Stam Studio Network shirt, he was rocking the socks last night, so they're dirty in the laundry now, but he's also put the logo up on his car. That's 5 more horsepower headed Kyler McCarthy's way within P4 now. TWRSetupShop.com, Chevrolet Camaro, rocking, rolling. And a nice .9 air here for tonight, McCarthy. P4 the points as well. Look at him, he's smiling a little bit. He knows we're talking about him. He's got to get right back within focus, though. Stefan Oberstadt, half a second back. 53 laps to go from the racing capital of the world. It's all Joshua Susie out and up front. Stick with us on Stam Studio Network. It's Sean Stam, Justin Y'all back here with you in the booth. In just a couple laps time, you can go ahead and crank this puppy up. crank it back down. Sean Stam, Justin Yaw back up here with you in the booth. And this battle out here for the final driver interview spot, for P2 continues to heat up. There goes Joshua Gaiman right back and on by. Remember, we saw Joshua Gaiman earlier within this race. He made that same exact move, but he lost the car underneath of him. No contact giveth, no contact taketh. Gaiman could be dangerous. He's up to P2.
What a miss.
Justin, you didn't miss a lot up there, except Joshua Gaiman making the pass up there, up into within P2.
P2. Well, time to break out the ride to real, baby.
Something as well as I mentioned within that Joshua Gaiman pass is that's kind of exactly where he lost that car up there underneath of him for the race lead. Now he's back up within P2 here, Justin. This could be detrimental for the field. Only 49 more laps to go. Joshua Susie, Joshua Gaiman back up to where they started this race, but it's opposite from one another. Susie qualified P2, qualified P2 and now within P1. Joshua Gaiman qualified P1, now within P2.
What is your one concert you want to go see so bad?
Golly, my one concert, if I'll be honest here with you, if Pink Floyd got back together here one final time, and I know it's not in the makings at all, but I think if all Gilmore and Waters put their political stuff aside, I think that'll be a great kind of final run to go out on. What about you, Justin? What kind of music you rocking with, and who you seeing one final time?
If I had to... If I had to pick, I think I'm going to go Metallica.
You know, that's really not a bad pick at all. My buddy saw them out there a little bit south of me from San Antonio the second the tour went on by. He caught a pick from it and all that. Man, I'm still feeling jealous from that one. But Justin, I'm picking up what you're putting down. What's your favorite? What's your favorite song from it?
My favorite will always be Turn the Page, the Bob Seger cover.
Oh, now we're talking. All right, we know a little bit about some Bob Seger up here in the old SSN booth. I wonder if they have ever played that one live, though, because I've heard that on Spotify once, twice, thrice. And, man, if I were to catch them live, man, that would be the one that I want to see them play.
Yeah, that's always been my favorite. Obviously, you know, Whiskey in the Jar. What am I thinking, dude? Golly, I can't speak tonight. Yeah, Whiskey in the Jar is the one I'm thinking about. Ride the Lightning. Obviously, most of the ones that they sing on the regular. Always be a big fan of it.
Michael Self in virtual pit lane out of Danville, Alabama. That's a little close out there at a Yamatator. Selfie's going to get a 2-tire and a 4-tire pit stop. That Ford Mustang back and onto the racetrack after filled up with Sunoco race fuel. 46 more laps to go. It's Susie, it's Gaiman, it's Smeal. McCarthy is still there, but albeit 3.6 seconds back. You know what my favorite thing about Metallica is, Justin? It's sure their music is pretty damn good, but think of the old, you know how I forget his name, it escapes my mind right now, but the old how the singer he just yeah oh whoa, that really it gets me and my buddies to make fun of it quite a lot.
What was the last concert you went to?
No, whoa. Well, that's what Susie's saying within his mic right now within the race lead, continuing to run out of time. But Joshua Gaiman closes the time gap to about 0.8 of a second. Battles out there for the race lead last 5 laps now. It's showing a little bit more for that Joshua Gaiman show. It's all green out there at the bottom of the screen. That means Gaiman faster last 5 laps.
Yeah, and Gaiman's... I don't know what he put in the fuel tank, but he must have had some nitromethane or something, because that 81 has, or that 61 has had some speed here tonight.
Indianapolis closing the gap last lap by, but now falls back to about 9/10 of a second. Right back in behind this battle for the race lead, we're looking at David Smeal Jr. and Kyler McCarthy. Unfortunately, Oberstadt, Gibney, Broderick, Lowe, and Click shown out of the race. Michael Self 2 laps down. Ken Baum Jr. within the lucky dog position. Once again, for those of you that are maybe just now joining in, we have had a great race here tonight. 77 out of 120 laps. Current race leader is Joshua Susi. 4 cautions for 12 laps and only 2 lead changes. But a quick look at this big old wreck that we had last time by. Nicholas Lowe, Ryan Broderick, a couple of those drivers involved out there in it.
Looking back at it here. There, just bank, bank, bump. Oh, Ken Baum with a meatball flag.
Man, we had just checked out there on Ken Baum Jr. He's going to make his way down in pit lane this time. Wonder if he was off the racetrack or something there. Oh, he was. Ken Baum Jr. He did go off the racetrack.
Kind of out there in no man's land. Starts getting loose, and it just, when it goes, man, it teetotals. Andrew May got to get a black flag.
Man, Andrew May, he's speeding. Yeah, that had to have been, because I don't see too much damage on the 22. Andrew May, he's going to have a black flag penalty to serve, as is Ken Baum Jr. also in the pits this time. 42 more laps to go. It's Joshua Susi, it's Joshua Gaiman, and then David Smeal Jr. 3.5 and on back. I got to take a quick break up here in the booth. Justin, if you would like to do the same, and we're going to take another quick crank it up out here. That's this battle for the race lead, about 1 second apart. It's Sean Stam, Justin Yaw, Stam Studio Network, right back up here with you in just a few moments' time. We still got 40 more laps to go. As we join you back here live in the booth, Sean Stam, Justin Yaw. Here's a quick look at the non-updated points heading into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway tonight. Joshua Susi, Joshua Gaiman, 4 wins, 5 wins on the season. David Smeal Jr., 1 win there. But still, pretty close score to combat within those point standings. Kyler McCarthy, 4th. Caitlin Height, 5th. Baum Jr., Oberstadt, Click, May, Zarfos still up there as we round out the end of the regular season. Cutting our way a little bit more within the chase in about 4 more laps time. It's Joshua Susi. Joshua Susi, he's got some lap traffic up there and in front of him. 0.8 of a second between Joshua Gaiman and on back. as if it was on cue. Here comes the driver 81 down within virtual pit lane. This should open up our strategy within the final final pit stop. It's to go. Also, pit stop. I believe Broderick, I think it showed there, was off track. Excuse me, Oberstadt off track there, but Joshua Susie, this will be his pit stop, money stop. Justin, what do you think? Will it be 2 tires? Will it be 4 tires? 38 more laps to go.
You're going to see 4 and Sunoco fuel and topping you off and getting out of there.
There goes the 2. There goes the 4. Yamatator right on the money.
Bang.
I'm taking you to Vegas next time with me. I'll tell you what.
Shit. I ain't never been to Vegas.
Well, that'll be our company trip out there after the season's all said and done.
Hell yeah.
Now we're talking.
I didn't know we had a company trip.
Hey, that's what I said, man. We're leveling up. Smell Jr. McCarthy is in. Justin, we talked about this earlier on here tonight. This within your green flag pit stops in pit lane, during pit lane and on pit exit. That's where you could visit virtual victory lane. Here comes the battle between 3rd and 4th. Smell Jr. McCarthy is in.
Battle for 3rd coming to you. Smil and McCarthy. I think you're going to see 4s and fuel for both of them.
Invisible pit crew going to work. Right side tires up into the air. So is left. Yamatator on it again on the money. And right now filled up with Sunoco race fuel. David Smil Jr. He's going to burn it down, exiting the pits, as is McCarthy. Race leader Joshua Gaiman is in. This will be very interesting where things cycle out. It's not only who. Nobody's going to take 2. Everybody's going to take 4. This is all how fast you make your way in within virtual pit lane. I believe this time for the first time this season, George Wood is going to cycle out and lead a lap in the Full Throttle Performance Cup Series.
How about you, George? Go ahead and get you a couple laps, let it pour off in there. I'm a fan for it.
Unfortunately shown Chris Lynn a black flag penalty here. Hopping on board here with them, Chris Lynn, too fast entering pit lane. Whoa, it was not only too fast, but he flung his way through the pit entrance cone. Driver 32, he's going to have to serve a pit road penalty out there, come down back within pits for a costly drive-through penalty. Here's the battles out there between 2 Joshuas. Susie leads the battle out there on Joshua Gaiman, as Gaiman is still within virtual pit lane. On the exit, 36 more laps to go. Here comes Susie, and that should be the cycle out and battle for what would be the race win. There he goes. That was that battle right there.
Oh, yes. Sorry, we're sitting here. My grandmother's little table she has by her chair just snapped.
No!
She keeps her Bible on it when she reads it, and thing had a pimp lane going to it. Man down, table down. New fastest lap, give it to the 81. That clean air right now is paying dividends.
Last on pit lane at lap 82. This was earlier than the rest of the pack, but Susie, knowing that he still has to make his way down virtual pit lane, this would be the last time by if we don't have a green, white, checkered, or even a caution flag fly. Susie, he's going to cycle his way back out here to the race lead, 3.4 seconds in front of Joshua Gaiman. As we're talking out here for battle for the race lead, I hope Yamatator grandma is okay out there.
Bro, the price on vehicles is insane.
Are you still looking? Oh, come on now.
Bro, I like window shopping, okay? I'm a marketplace menace, okay? Call me Hosavon. Dude, I look at this truck, they want 40 for it. And this son of a gun has 195,000 miles on it.
Now, shoot, I should have gave you the old 05 Silverado we were selling a few months ago, man. You would have had that. Oh my God! I guess it's not what you're looking for, but still. That's why I can't window shop. There's a lot out there back and behind it, and I know myself all too well. I'll bite, Justin. I'll bite you. or I'll bite on a good deal as well.
I mean, I will too, but sweet Jabebus.
Sweet Jabebus.
That's not a good deal. All right, this is sweet. A Cadillac with seafoam green and oh my God, never mind. This thing has like seafoam interior. It's like brand new. Shit, no.
Well, unfortunately for Chris Lynn, no seafoam is headed his way as there goes the 61 Joshua Gaiman. Oh, well, already from George Wood, he was set down and to go 1 lap down. Justin, how about this? There's only 32 more laps to go. George Wood, he was last on pit lane at about lap 50. He's still, I believe, if my math is mathin', he's got well more than enough fuel out there from behind him. And look at the gap. I mean, that is right, but look at it. It's 23.9. 23.9 seconds that separate George Wood and Joshua Soucy. Soucy, he started P2, continuing to run P2, but there's a long 24 seconds to go, even within 4 fresh Goodyear Racing Eagle tires. That's going to be a long ways to make up.
A lot of time to have to try to get out, and it's going to be tough for sure.
Well, really quick here, Justin, let's see if we can do some quick maths. Let's hop on board here, back with George Wood. He's continued to put some fast laps down. But if we compare the last 5 laps, look at it, 1 second faster from about 85, 86, 87, 88. So we'll call it average 1 second faster from each and every lap at only 31 more laps to go. Joshua Soucy, he should make his way there with, and this is very rough math, but about 6 laps left to go in the race. That is when Joshua Soucy should be there if George Wood does not pit, and that's with these current lap times. You got to remember, Joshua Soucy's his tires are going to continue to wear as well.
Wear, war,
and
all of it. Warshed.
Grandma, there you go. Shout out D-Ma, and here comes George Wood. That really contradicts everything we were saying there, as he's going to lose out there about 20 seconds. He's going to cycle out there for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, but here comes Soucy, 20 seconds back.
Wood going to have to hit the pit road. Here comes Soucy, going to come by, take over the race lead.
Still a 4-tire pit stop for George Wood, even though longer on pit lane there. He is going to continue to make that thing rock. Can he make it rock? Can he make it roll? 30 more laps to go from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's Joshua Soucy, it's Joshua Gaiman. 2.7 seconds now separating the 1 and 2, as now George Wood falls back here within P5. The last 5-lap history between the two Joshes up front. Well, there you see it. It's Joshua Gaiman faster, a little bit slower on lap 88 though, continuing to build that tighter condition, build a little bit more loss within the grip as well. Joshua Gaiman, he's running out of time, 30 more laps to go.
You don't feel like 30 laps is going to be that long, but boy, howdy, it'll click off quick.
It'll click off quick. It'll Kevin click if you're. Okay, I should have had something set up there. But back out here within the top 1-2 positions. Soucy, he's continuing to approach that lap down car. I believe that's going to be the 91 of Brody Green. Brody Green, this is up there to up within P6. How much speed, how much pace does Joshua Soucy have tonight? He's lapped all the way up down to P6, and he's going to be searching for more.
He's not going to give up. He's going to keep fighting right here. Still going to be able to get after it. Right. Maybe start pushing this thing a little bit harder and harder.
Soucy, Gaiman, Smeal Jr., McCarthy, Wood, and Green. The only drivers shown out there still within the lead lap. Brody Green within within 2 to 3 car lengths up there between Joshua Susi. He's going to try to break that draft. Once he's rocking the number 91 Chevrolet Camaro. Didn't quite see the sponsor, but here comes Susi. It's been a great race here tonight for Brody Green. 8 spots gained, but man, battles for the race lead. That's just how fast Susi is, and that's how fast George Wood is on new tires. George Wood sets the fastest lap of the race at a 51.68, a whole whopping about half a second faster than our fastest laps of the race right now.
Just kind of sniffing at it, ain't really got there yet.
Really, that's bad news, I think, for Kyler McCarthy. He was last on pit lane at about lap 83, and now he's got to work his way back into some traffic up there and in front of him. But also George Wood, 19.2 seconds back. That's gonna take about 19 more laps to go. David Smeel Jr. though, he's gonna try to work this line over there on Chris Lynn. David Smeel Jr. in that final driver interview spot. He's gonna want there just maybe a little bit more headed his way out there within these final couple 27 laps to go. Driver number 27, final driver interview spot. Does he have what they say can't be done and continue to run out there with it as McCarthy closes up there on that gap as well?
They're really locked in right now. Look at the feet going to work. Going to look to the bottom side of the racetrack here, see if he can get a little bit of that draft and kind of pull himself up. Man, going to block that little bit of speed that he had. Off the gas, going to float it back into it just gently.
Gaps up here within the racetrack continuing to open up here just a little bit more, shown within the bottom right side of the screen. That's so you can sell within your favorite driver. And last time they were in virtual pit lane, Susi, lap number 82. Joshua Gaiman, lap number 84, and then right there back in between them, David Smeel Jr. and Kyler McCarthy on pit lane, lap 83. The driver with the newest tires underneath him and the most amount of race fuel underneath him as well, as it'll be George Wood. George Wood shown out there within P5. 8 spots gained at the drop of the green flag. Newest driver on pit lane at lap number 90. If George Wood continues to keep this up, this is going to be the best run of his season so far. Not so fast, my friend, though, says kind of the track. 25 more laps to go. That's a long way to go out here from the racing capital of the world.
Gotta be smart with it here. Take care of your hot rod, get a good finish. And just don't put yourself, in a bind at some point where you're like, damn, I wish I would have done that. And you're down the road and you're like, shit.
Justin, I'll be honest with you, man. I really am glad that you mentioned that, because we mentioned those kind of updated point standings here just about 20, maybe 30 laps ago. And once again, for those of you that are just now joining in, well, this is exactly what Justin is mentioning out here. Between Joshua Susi, between Gaiman and Smeel Jr., look at how, it's a little bit, it's not as close up there within the rest of the field. McCarthy and Height, about 15 points separated there. Only 2 points between 5th and 6th. But it's within those, within the chase cutoff line up there, kind of by about George Wood, Austin Griffey, Jimmy Barr as well. As we continue to crest our way, and only 4 races until that the chase happens, and we kind of break our way from the top 16 drivers up there and into it. It's, as Justin was mentioning out there, your time is limited as far as laps turned, as far as races to go. And David Smeel Jr., I think that he continues to kind of feel that from back behind the race wheel. He continues to kind of play the defense over offense. They're over teammates, I believe. Could have that wrong there, but David Smeel Jr., Kyler McCarthy, 0.5 of a second. That's half a second that separate that final driver interview booth here at Indy.
That's why they're racing so hard. Y'all want to get in.
Oh, shoot! Joshua Gaiman for B2. He goes off the racetrack.
What in the world is happening? Because, he was way down there in the corner.
I'll tell you, man, Joshua gave, and it was our pole sitter earlier on, for crying out loud, from the front of the pack back to the rear, and well, now with damage on the 61. No, there's no contact, but that is the 61. Now, race winning contention is out of the window.
Rewind that back, because... All right, let's see. Just dirty air right there, I think. Another one bites the dust. It's loose there, and then it just keeps coming around and around and around. Dang, I think, I mean, he was fighting the wheel left and right, up and down, sideways, upways.
Justin, I'll tell you what I think this was out there, man. We saw this earlier on, as quite a few drivers were making their way a little bit closer to that inside line of the racetrack. Watch here for Joshua while he...
We're still just going hard. Not checking up.
Justin, what is the longest time, and this is another one of those questions I would like to transition back within YouTube land as well. Anybody watching live, don't hesitate to let me know out there within live YouTube land, and we'll shout you out. Justin, what is the longest time that you, as a driver, have ever spent for back and behind the race wheel here at Air Out and iRacing?
3.5 hours, 4.
Dang, you over racing it up?
Yeah, we decided to do a long race, and it just kept getting, we kept being idiots and taking each other out. Yeah, that took forever.
I like to think that Kyler's smiling out there, what you're saying. But at least you had fun while doing it, though. I at least had a hope. Kyler McCarthy still up there in kind of the meat of the sandwich between this David Smil Jr. and Joshua Game battle out there within his teammates. 19 more laps to go. So, Justin, you never kind of raced out there within kind of an official endurance race, or maybe kind of one of those Daytona 24 hours or Sebring 12 hours or anything?
I ain't no enduro racer.
Oh, come on now.
No, I'd have that thing wadded up in the...
I know endurance racing, but at least a 3.5 to 4 hour oval race. But that's an endurance racing in of itself. The reason I bring that up here tonight, Justin, is take a look out there within the top left of your screen, or maybe top right now that we can show this graphic. Is it's still kind of been out there. Look at out there earlier here within stage number 1. Within that kind of before the halfway mark to go, it was about 4 cautions, but up until that, Justin, 3/4 down here outside of stage number 2, and it's still green flag running. What do you think has up there between the tires underneath the drivers, and how much that they have maybe saved fuel-wise and tire-wise coming out here within this final stage of the race?
You're gonna have... I don't know how to word this without sounding like a jerk, but who's going to be the one that doesn't wad their crap up? Does that make sense?
I think it makes a lot of sense, Justin. I think that's easier said than done as well, within the way that these full throttle performance NASCAR Cup Series cars have been handling.
Yeah, you're going to have to, and it just kind of seems to be the name of the game, because right now it's survival. I mean, we got 5 cars on the lead lap. We got 2 a lap down. We got 3 or 2 that are more than 2 laps down. So I think right now it's just survival of the fittest. I mean, if you're Wood, hey, you're getting out here with a top 5 right now.
George Wood, that would be its back-to-back top 5 finishes on the season, finishing top 5 1 week ago at North Wilkesboro Speedway. We're continuing to run out here with the Midnight Oil. It's a little bit longer race on Stamps Network, but it's still The men, the myths, and the legend up within the booth. It's Sean Stam, Justin Yaw coming at you live. 16 more laps to go, and Joshua Susi, he continues just about to lose about a tenth or two per lap on David Smeel Jr., but with a 7-second lead, man. It's all but what she continues to right up there for the car underneath the 81. Man, she continues to drive that chassis underneath Joshua Susi's hands. She is handling like a dream, but the driver continuing to drive it like a dream. Joshua Susi leading the points, searching for win number 5 on the season for a reason, as David Smeel Jr. does continue to close the gap, but it's not by enough.
Sean, it's that point in the show. Can you guess what I'm listening to?
God dang it. All right, I'm gonna need at least, give me the era, give me the what's it called?
Let me look this up, make
The
sure I get you. I don't even know. Let me get you this info. I wanna.
Hey, we're gonna make sure.
All right.
All right, here we go.
It was made by a British rock band
Okay.
and released in 1979.
Oh God, please. Any other hints?
FM.
FM, that's in the radio?
Soft rock, I guess you'd call it.
Justin, there's no
Yeah.
way, man. Can I get one more? I'm
The-
sorry.
There's a TV show named after this song. Or not after the song, but there's a TV show that shares the same name as the song. That came out in 2017.
Golly, man.
Just think a crazy mother
I'm crazy.
and a wheelchair daughter. That's you got anything?
YouTube land, help me out. I'm phoning a friend. Help me. Justin, what you got?
Hang on, what lap we on lap 107. I give you the 110. I give you the 110. How about that? Give some YouTube folks some time. Good. Released in 1979. The band's initials is FM. And there's a soft rock band. Okay. And this band, there's a TV show not named after the series, but there's a TV show series that shares the same name as the song.
I'm still gonna have to lean on phone with friends. I mean, to say FM, the only thing from what you say, the 70s, 80s that comes to mind, it's gotta be a little Fleetwood Mac action. Come on, man.
There we go. Can you name the song?
No, sir.
It's Gypsy.
Ah. So how does that work? If you ask me the name of the song and then the song ends, it's still.
We'll give you half points. Half points.
Half points. Okay.
Half points. Half answer.
Hey, YouTube land, I'm leaning on you next time by. Speaking of leaning on YouTube land. Speaking of leaning on YouTube land with only 12 laps to go, quick pop quiz as well. Well, now you got the cheat sheet in the bottom left side of the screen. I was going to ask who's to lead the top 5 in the points, but there you see it. Joshua Susi, Joshua Gaiman, P1 and P4. You got David Spiel Jr., Kyler McCarthy, and Caitlin Height. Well, Joshua Susi, P1 in the points, P1 on track as well. 11 more laps to go. What do you think here, Justin, that it takes for maybe Joshua Susi? And I'm going to knock on my sim racing rig here right quick and right now, but what do you think maybe it takes for Susi up there to maybe to turn the cauldron up there upside down?
Him getting loose. That's all the way I see Smell. Yeah, it don't take much. It does not take much. We've seen it.
Susie,
But right now, if you're Susie, I'm not going to say you're coasting, but I think you're cruising.
Man, I'm right there with you, Justin. I think Joshua Susie cruising for a bruising right now. Remember, though, his gap was about 6 seconds, if not about 8, lower than the 8-second margin. Him and David Smeal Jr. This is about, what is this, a 1 however many miles per lap track. Susie is still he's going to have to contend up there with David Smeal Jr., Kyler McCarthy. Here goes the battles here within turn 1. Also within turn 4 as well, George Wood and Joshua Gaiman. There's only less than 0.2 of a second, turn 4 there, that separate that battle between 4th and 5th. As we continue to crest our way within the final 10 laps to go. This is really starting to heat up out here between battles 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th on back.
These battles, I mean, obviously we talk about it's going to get heated up more and more as we go, but
looking at last week's race results, it was Joshua Gaiman who came away with the race win. Stefan Oberstadt stone outside of, really the race right now in P11, and then P3 belonged to Kyler McCarthy. Kyler McCarthy, he has been there. He has done that. This has been how many podium positions on the season? Kyler McCarthy searching for one more. 5/10 of a second back down within David Smeal Jr. Running out of time, though. Only 9 laps to go here for McCarthy. He's still searching for race win number 1 on the season. A caution flag right now could change everything. But right now for TWRSetupShop.com, Kyler McCarthy sitting cool, calm, and collected. 4 spots gains. Drop it.
just going to have to keep the same pace you're at right now, maybe kick it up a little bit of a notch here. If you're McCarthy, you're going to have to start really applying some pressure to Smeal. If you want to start trying to get this maybe 81 reeled in, but right now it is his race to lose, and McCarthy's still just locked in. And if you remember, this guy, we sat here and didn't get to interview him last night. This guy.
Sitting cool, calm, and collected, waiting for that thing to head his way in 8 laps more time, but can he get a little more extra points headed his way as well? Kyler McCarthy 4th in the point standings, David Smeal Jr. 3rd in the point standings. Sure, David Smeal Jr., he has 1 win on the season, but as this could go McCarthy's way within these final few laps to go, this is the gap, this is the lap times that continue to shrink for David Smeal Jr. Sure, he got that first race win on the season a couple of weeks ago, and what an immaculate race that was, but now separating the last 5 laps, it's a little bit more cat and mouse. McCarthy faster, 109, 110, but it's been faster for Smeal Jr., 111 through 113.
I don't know if Susie got loose or something, or if he's out of gas, but look at this number. It is dropping like crazy. I don't know if Susie got loose or what, but that number has dropped a bunch. Pull up that incremental between Susie and Smeal. Holy biscuits.
Holy biscuits is right. I think that's what you said, Young Taylor there. Look at all the green at the bottom of the screen. Looks like St. Patrick's Day out there for David Smeal Jr. And that's not really anything different within the timing and scoring strategy call between Susie and David Smeal Jr. Susie last on pit lane lap 82. Smeal last on pit lane lap 83, but they both have 4 tires underneath of their NASCAR Next Gen machines. Justin, 5 laps to go coming to this time by David Smeal Jr. He could try to sneak away with race win number 2 on the season.
Yeah, he definitely could. I mean, he's got a little under a second and a half here to work with to try to get to the back bumper of Susie. Yeah, it's hanging right about where it was. A little bit dipped down there. He's going to have to really, really chip at this lead, and if you're McCarthy, you just got to stay right there within the striking distance. I wonder if Susie got loose or something. I mean, a couple laps ago, that was like almost 2.5, 3 seconds. I wonder if Susie got loose or something.
remember Susie, even before that, it was 4 to 5, and then even way before that, a 6-second gap up there separating P1 and P2. So although this is the same strategy call out there between our two front race leaders, continuing to run out of grip, continuing to run out of speed for Joshua Susie. He loses another 5/10 of a second this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, David Smeal Jr., if my math is mathin', not only will he have Tyler McCarthy backing around right behind him, but he could be there fighting, duking it out there on Battles for the Race lead on STAM Studio Network and live at the racing capital of the world. Full Throttle Performance Cup Series. It's all going to come down to this. All green flag running in the second half run of this race. 4 laps to go this time by.
4 laps, and Susie has reopened the lead back up about 4/10 of a second here.
More last 5 lap history between P1 and P2, and right when we started to call it out, it's almost like Joshua Susie heard us up here. He's going to get his foot right back on the gas pedal. Gas pedal, gas pedal. 115, 116, 700th, 3/10 stage for that time by Susie as he continues to run away with this race lead those last 2 laps.
Look at these boys right here. They're still racing hard, though, coming around to 3 laps to go.
Now look over here, and in front of this battle for the race lead, Joshua Susie, he's got the 22. He's going to have the 15 to deal with. I think that this battle for the race lead, it all comes in the hands out here of when and where. Andrew May kind of tries to get outside the race line. Andrew May, he'll fall back into the inside of the racetrack there. Next driver up and in front, it's going to be the 15 of Michael Self. 3 laps to go from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and this closes the gap once again. 1.6 seconds separating P1 and P2.
Now Self's just kind of having to play get out the way. Got a little bit of dirty air right there. Here comes Smill now. He's got to work through that lap traffic of Self and May. May cause a fit if Smill can't get around him. We got 2 laps to go here at Indy.
David Smeal Jr. continuing to cut that gap a little bit closer after finally passing that last lap traffic. But for David Smeal Jr., he's going to have one more car that separates him and the race leader for Joshua Susie is Andrew May, who's sitting P7 right now. He's sitting cool, calm, and collected, but he's got P2 hot on his tail. P2 is hot on the race leader's tail of Joshua Susie. Coming out here within our final lap to go from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Driver 27 up 4 spots since the drop of the green flag. David Smeal Jr., he has been here. He has done that. Can he make a last lap action pass here at the racing capital of the world? We're bricked up at the Brickyard. White flag lap to go.
Here we go, one final time around through here. Right now, Susie's got the lead. Shrink just a little bit, but is he going to be able to hold off this number 27, David Smeal Jr. through 1 and 2, one final time. Here comes Smeal. He's going to have to do a little wheeling and dealing here if he wants to try to run down this 81.
On our way down the back straightaway, final half lap to go. Joshua Susie in turn 3. Here comes Smeal Jr. Kyler McCarthy is on his rear bumper, but it's not going to be close enough. Not close enough for P2 and P3. David Smeal Jr. contact with the outside wall, but outside of turn number 4, it's Joshua Susie who visits virtual victory lane back again in the full Throttle Performance Cup Series. David Smeal Jr. P2, Kyler McCarthy P3 at the stripe. Stick with us here on STAM Studio Network. We'll be chatting with our top 3 and taking a look at the unofficial official race results, where George Wood comes home P4, Joshua Gabin at the stripe P5. How about you? Joshua Susie, virtual victory lane. Sean, Sam, Justin, y'all here chatting with driver number 81 in just a few moments' time. David Smeal Jr. ends at 1.18 seconds back and behind our race winner of Susie, Kyler McCarthy, teammate to the race winner. He'll be following him down. We're going to burn it down within our top 3 driver interview spots. George Wood, he gained 9 spots as the driver of the green. Driver 68 finishes P4, and Joshua Gaiman P5 across the yard of bricks. Joshua Susie is now bricked up at the brickyard. He'll be looking to burn this thing down. Driver number 81, virtual victory lane.
Burn it down, baby.
Brody Green coming in with the top 6 finish. Andrew May, Chris Lynn, Michael Self, Ken Baum Jr. the top 10. Oberstadt, Gibney Jr., Broderick Lowe, and Kevin Click in the top 15. Real quick though, crank this thing up as Joshua Susie burns this thing down.
Fuck your bricks, Roger Penske.
In Joshua Susie's own words, F your bricks, Robert Penske, Susie to virtual victory lane. Yaman Tater, I'll catch up out here with you. That virtual victory lane, we'll catch up here with Susie Smeal Jr. and Kyler McCarthy.
Good run, Brody.
Well, how about you, Joshua Susie? You got yourself a copy tonight.
Hey, I got you, man.
In your own words, F your bricks, Roger Penske. You'll make your way down into virtual victory lane. Susie, how'd you make it happen tonight? Driver 81, the Hello Kitty, here Kitty Chevrolet Camaro machine.
Yeah, you heard that, huh?
Loud and clear, Susie.
Yeah, I get it's a hollow speedway, but I think that's so stupid. That's something people want to freak out over. They run over those bricks for 200 laps of race, dropping oil and everything else, and people want to be mad if someone does a burnout on them. So I think it's stupid, but yeah, just survived the attrition. Kind of felt like I was 3rd or 4th place car. Just the way you got to run this track, and especially if you're not in the lead, the balance on this car I just do not like at all. You're really running it off the right rear, and I hate that. So you're on a razor's edge. You know how shitty these next gen cars are with dirty air and flat tracks and everything, so everything's just super magnified. It's really hard to do a great job. But Gaiman, Click, and Bomb were really strong. I felt like I was, like I said, 3rd or 4th, and then they had their issues, and just kind of capitalized it. Right spot, right time, didn't make any mistakes, got her done.
Well, Joshua, congratulations out there in virtual victory lane. That makes us 2 of us with the bricks, and it's our opinions there. So, man, we cut out there back into you, man. I mean, we saw the clean air, and it sure definitely meant all that difference out here tonight. But Josh, you started P2. You were able to feel that clean air and dirty air difference from back and behind the race wheel, and you're able to burn it down here tonight. Joshua, what's been the biggest difference from behind the race wheel as you're following a driver up there and up in front of you?
You just you lose not only the front, but where these cars need to be fed on the underbody, you lose your rear balance. It's like one of the few times where following someone made you loose. And it's just a combo of not having that front grip, but you also lose all underbody. And like I said, to run fast here, these sets, they're kind of like on the edge already. So when you lose total rear downforce, man, you're hanging for a ride. And if you catch the wake wrong, it could really throw you off. I think just about everyone was burning the right rear more than the right front. And it's crazy. I think I'd rather be running 3rd than 2nd, because then not only are you losing your front grip, but if the third place is close to you, they're packing air on you, so it just magnifies everything. I mean, obviously your premium position, you want to be up front. That's where you're going to get your most downforce and everything else, but we had a real strong headwind going on front stretch, and people were able to get good runs. You saw some late dives in the one. I think that caught Gaiman out one time with Click. Packed air on his left rear, got him super loose. So it was like a game of chess, just trying to figure it out and trying to position yourself. Obviously leading, that was your prime position you wanted to be in, and then I honestly felt like if you had pressure right behind you, it was better to fall a third, and if you didn't have pressure, it might have been better to run like 8, 9 tenths behind the leader just to keep getting that downforce and not burn up your rear tires. But yeah, it was interesting.
Joshua, that's also really interesting that you kind of give us that driver eyes view and kind of breaking us down there for it on Stay Amsterdam Network tonight. Joshua, congratulations out here from a crown jewel race within your name. We're at the racing capital of the world. You'll make it happen out there at the Brickyard. I'm bricked up here for you, Joshua. You're shouting out here. Who you thinking tonight?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Everyone here at Triple S Motorsports. Great showing, great teamwork as always. Big shout out to Brody Green, man. He just stayed out of trouble, got himself top 10, almost top 5. That dude doesn't get to run too much too often, but it's good to see him come out on track and just does his own thing every time. When he doesn't find trouble, he can get a good run, and he had one tonight. So shout out to him. Shout out to Smeal and Kyler sweeping out the podium here. Great team effort. Like I said, we had a fast car. I think a lot of people did tonight, but it was all about taking care of your stuff and positioning yourself, which we all did really well. And I think we have next week off, so that's cool. And we'll take the momentum into the race after that and try to keep this going.
Man, congratulations on another win on the season. Leading the points here heading into tonight is Joshua Susi, and definitely leaving at Indy with the points headed his way. Joshua, well said there, man. Enjoy your week off, and I believe we'll be chatting here with you next week. Hopefully, top 3 interview booth from maybe Iowa Speedway. We'll see about that. Joshua, congratulations on another race win on the season.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Susi coming in with race win at number 5, and we're going to kick it down here with a driver. David Smeal Jr. He's caught up out here with the Yalmentator. David Smeal, Yalmentator, got yourself a copy.
Gotcha.
Well, Smeal would bring her home P2. Not a bad night at all. Needed some good points, and he definitely got it out of Indy with it.
Yeah, not one of my better tracks, so anytime we can get a good result here is probably more than we deserve. I know the first run of the race I felt like absolute garbage and figured out I was running the car wrong, so shout out to everybody for letting me know that. But no, yeah, like Susie said, solid cars tonight. The whole team was really fast, really competitive. It was one of those tracks where you just kind of have to bide your time. There's no real reward for aggression, as we kind of saw, and just need to be patient. And once we got to that last pit stop, I knew I was racing Kyler, and with the way the Gaiman's luck there worked out, that we were chasing down Susi because he was just able to ride and save so much. And I tell you what, it's the hope that kills you, because the faster we got to him, the more I was like, I don't know why this is happening, but it's the hope. It's always the hope that kills you.
Usually that's when it happens. You get a little bit of hope built up, and it's like, yes, I can do this. And then all of a sudden you look in the leads, stretch out again. It's like, no, I can't do this. But that's part of it, baby. That's part of racing. So just kind of walk us through, the corners. We talked about last night, but this place, it may look the same, but all 4 corners drop completely different.
They do, and it always depends too on the wind and stuff like that. I know, like, I could get off too beautifully at times. I get such a good run down the backstretch, and I'd take the same apex down in 3 and 4, and it'd want to push the wall, and I'd lose a tenth and a half. So it really is just about hitting the mark, staying smooth. Especially a race like this where it's so spread out. One mistake could cost you a second and a half by the time the race is over.
Sure, for sure. Well, Mr. Smith, got anybody like to thank tonight, buddy?
Obviously, everybody at Triple S, Susie, Kyler, Gaiman, Brody, Steven, I know he stayed through halfway and then he ended up having to dip out. I know he got some good stage points for him. That helps him out, so shout out to him. Kevin just got awful luck. Shout out to him. Like, he's had such a good year consistency-wise and just no luck. So luckily, I'm pretty sure he's good for the chase, so he should be good there. My beautiful wife, my 2 boys, Jimmy and Fitz, even though they weren't here tonight. I think Jimmy was at BAPS, and Fitz is still over in Europe. Hopefully we'll get him back after the off week. You boys for the broadcast. I'm sure this one probably wasn't the funnest race to call tonight, but, you know, it's the joy of going to every track. Everybody that showed up tonight, everybody that supports the league, love what we do. On to the next one.
Sure, for sure. Well, I guess we'll catch you in 2 weeks, Mr. David.
Heck yeah.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. And I believe Mr. I get it right. Mr. Stam has caught up with our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Kyler McCarthy. Mr. I didn't get an interview last night, so let me get a 3rd tonight so I can get an interview.
Well, how about you, Kyler McCarthy? Got yourself a copy, man.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Well, Kyler, yeah, you're rocking and rolling that TWRSetupShop.com machine. 4 spots gained since the drop of the green at a track that's kind of been notorious at tough to pass. How about your driver number 24? How'd you make this top 3 podium position happen tonight, Kyler?
Just patience, man. This track will really take it out of you if you overdrive it. Kind of, got baited with Smeal into, running down Susie. But I knew we had to get around Smeal first, so we were just a little bit off tonight compared to what we were last night. I don't know if it was track temp or wind. I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to that last night like I should have. But, to rally from 7th and come back to, P3, really we're only probably a top 5 car, maybe 5th to 6th, depending on. Gaiman was really fast. Ken was really fast for a little bit, but he would fall off. Click was up there with him, so definitely got a couple extra positions, but with some fortune.
Yeah, man, Kyler, you talk about their kind of the conditions out there on the racetrack as well. Kyler, we had saw it about here once, twice, thrice on the racetrack. It's these drivers struggling. I think it came down to about those 110-degree track temps. Some drivers loose, some drivers tight. What was that like here from you back in behind the race wheel, and how did you feel it?
It was definitely a lot different than last night. There was a restart. We started 2nd with Susie. And like he said, where I got to 2nd and I think Ken was behind me, and he packed air on me, and it really upset the car to where I had to check up, and I looked back in my mirror and I think they're 4 or 5 wide or something. So I feel bad for causing that, but it's just the aero package with these cars, and the track temp and just so many factors that go into this stuff. But it's definitely a handful, and it keeps you on edge. I know a couple times I was joking around when I'd look over and see the camera and stuff like that, so I was joking around, having a good time, trying to at least. So just trying to make the best of it.
Man, Kyler, you're going to make the best of it here tonight. Driver with a whopping 3,500. Yes, that's right, 3.5K oval eye rating. Kyler McCarthy, you're bringing home P3. Who you shouting out to? You dedicating another podium finish out here as you go back-to-back in Full Throttle Performance Cup Series and the end podium finishes.
Yeah, got to shout out my girlfriend, Carrie, Unicorn. She's fixing up to get up for work, so make sure she's up. You guys for the broadcast week in and week out, everything that y'all do.
Woohoo!
And all the admin, Smeal, Jimmy, Fitz. I know Jimmy, like Smeal said, Jimmy and Fitz couldn't be here tonight, so hope they're having fun. I think Jimmy's doing some dirt race stuff, so hope they're having fun. Everybody over at the Triple S Motorsports stuff, Gibney, Gibbs, Gaiman, Susie, Smeal, Katie, who unfortunately wasn't here tonight. I know she's wanted to run this, so. And then, of course, everybody over at TWRS Setup Shop that puts this piece underneath us each week. We'll get it eventually.
They still searching there for it, Kyler. You've been dang well close, and as the season continues to round out, man, at least you're looking out there as if you made it there into the chase, and it's going to be a lot of fun within that chase once it does start there in a few weeks' time. Kyler, we appreciate you and everything that Carrie does out there from back for us back in behind the scenes. Kyler, best of luck here for you and these next within the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to probably do it out here for us tonight on Stam Studio Network. It's Sean, Sam, Justin, y'all coming at you live on Stam Studio Network for the full Throttle Performance Cup Series. What a race, what a season it's been here so far, and it continues to all dwindle down out here and into the nitty, into the gritty. Congratulations, Susie, with another race win on the season. That'll be race win number 5. David Smeal Jr. with P2, and Kyler McCarthy with another top podium position on the night. Thank you all so much from the bottom of our hearts here on Sam Studio Network. Sean, Sam, Justin, y'all here. We'll be back here with you live, not next week, from the weeks after's time. We appreciate you, and thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing on the Sam Studio Network broadcast. Until 2 weeks' time.